everyone, it's Bloom here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Xenosaga Episode III, also Sprach Zarathustra, thus spoke Zarathustra, and this is the third and unfortunately the final game in the Xenosaga trilogy. So after the second game didn't really do as well as the first one due to the fact that they changed everything and a lot of poor developmental decisions, they decided that they would compress the rest of the games into one single game, Xenosaga Episode III. Originally 6 scripts for games were written, and this is more like 3 games in one, because a lot of the story between 2 and 3 was told in Xenosaga A Missing Year, which is a series of, I think, flash videos that was only released in Japan, but it has been fan translated, and you'll find a summary of it in here, which is relayed to us by the characters and also in the database if you want to go read the full thing yourself. But it's not fully necessary to understand the story. I just really want to start right now because this is one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely in like my top 3. I kind of flip-flop on whether this is my favorite game or not, but it's definitely way up there. You might be thinking if they put what was originally meant to be 3 games into one, it might turn into a rush disaster, but they really went all out with this game. They really... It's incredible. It's so good. They really went all out. The music is amazing. Yuki Kajira, who did the cinematic music for Xenosaga Episode 2, not the in-game music, thankfully. Shinji Yosoe did that, and he really wasn't the right fit for the game. But Yuki Kajira has returned, and you might recognize her music from Madoka Magica and the Dot Hack anime. She did a bunch of stuff. She's amazing. She was the perfect fit to replace Yasunori Mitsuda. If we couldn't have Yasunori Mitsuda, she was the next best thing. And I actually prefer her music. I feel like she's better at establishing motifs, and I feel like she just fit the series better. So I'm really glad she returned for this game and that she's doing the entire soundtrack this time. So the battle music and the in-game music as well as the cinematic music. So it's really great. So yeah. Unlock a special feature for Xenosaga Episode III by loading Xenosaga Episode II clear data. Of course. Yay! Shion's Vector uniform. Okay. Anything else I need to mention? Oh, this is a hacked game. This is the uncensored version. 1 and 2 were censored a little bit. There were a couple scenes that were censored, but they really didn't, it doesn't matter that much. And 2 had one scene that was censored that actually made it better, in my opinion. But they censored way too much stuff in 3 to the point where, there was just no blood whatsoever. And the reason they did that is because in Japan there is a rating between teen and mature, and that was what this game was at. And if they centered it down to be released as a teen-rated game, it would have made it more marketable, but it really ruins it, in my opinion. So this is a hacked game. It is an uncensored... So this is the uncensored version that is not official. So let's get started. TC-4747, Planet Michtam. Wonder who that was. I'm sure it's not important. We should just forget about it.
Looks like things are going smoothly.
Oh, you have to press select to activate auto advance, and then it will be enabled for the rest of the game until you choose to turn it off.
You're as friendly as ever. Well, you sure are pulling out the big guns. Do we really need this thing?
The space-time anomaly 15 years ago took place in an incomplete fashion. We must correct the errors.
So, you knew all along, huh? You're one scary guy. I bet you can't wait to see the look on her face when she finally knows everything. So, this is our princess? She smells good.
Don't do that!
I've fallen in love already.
Don't do that!
Miyuki, you didn't tell me that they had macrophages deployed. What the hell have you been doing?
Miyuki!
Take it easy. I checked it out the best I could. It's not my fault. Look, Shion, 3 more interceptors just appeared out of nowhere. Then concentrate on supporting me instead of making excuses.
You two make a fine pair.
Doctus.
3 at 7 o'clock. You got it?
Yeah, I'm on it.
That was incredible, Canaan. The way you maneuvered that Ames was unbelievable. We don't have time for that kind of thing, Miyuki. Has anything come up on the scanner yet?
I hope you understand that what we're after poses a considerable threat to Vector. I'd appreciate you taking the situation more seriously.
Exactly. I don't care if you get yourself killed. Just don't take us down with you.
All right, fine. Why is everyone picking on me?
I know, right?
Well, is this it, Miyuki? Confirming coordinates. Yep, perfect. No doubt about it. This is Vector's S-Line division. Then the top secret data we want is just ahead.
I'll handle backup. You 3 take care of the rest.
You're not gonna help, Doctus? Don't depend on others to do everything for you.
Usus magister est optimus.
Experience is the best teacher. She speaks Latin for some reason. It's not dead even 4,000 years later.
Hurry. I want to be as far from here as possible when our pursuit arrives.
I know.
Just a sec, you two. I forgot to tell you, but in order to successfully carry out this mission, I made a note of the information you should know ahead of time. Please access the database. The database is located here.
So yeah, you can look up, like, any term you want. It's not fully, there's not much in it right now, but you can look at all the characters, and if you forgot stuff, or... I mean, I'd say if you haven't played the other games, but honestly, you really need to play the other games in order to understand the story. Reading a database entry is not sufficient. It's a very complicated story, and you're not gonna get everything from just reading a Wikipedia entry. So this is end of episode 2 to the present. This is what happened in a missing year. I'm not reading all of it. But they'll explain a little bit about it later. Everything you can pretty much gauge from what they tell you in-game.
New information is automatically added to the database. You should check it out frequently. Not bad. You actually came prepared. I know! Actually, I wanted to add a lot more data files to it. But I didn't think even you could process all of them, so I stopped. I'll send the rest to you after this mission is over. There are quite a few, so I'll send them in chunks.
Let's go.
So they brought back Shion's voice actress and a few of the other voice actors that they changed in episode 2. Not that... And I personally did not think that Olivia Hack did horribly, but I don't think the directing was that good, because there are voice actors in episode 2 that I know can do better, but just kind of didn't the way everything went in 2. And the voice acting is actually, in this game, directed by Wendy Lee, and it shows, because it's very good.
Oh, this plate is a save point. Coming into contact will recover my HP and EP. I can save my current progress by pressing circle.
The only issue I have with the dub, really, is that sometimes during cutscenes, it's... The pauses between lip syncing is a little bit awkward, but it is a very, very well translated game.
I can't go any further. It's probably faster to just destroy this than to find another route. Anything that can be destroyed will be locked on automatically, so just press square to destroy it.
This game, it feels incredibly good to play. It is so smooth. It does not feel like a PlayStation 2 game. I want to say it feels like a PlayStation 3 game, but honestly, like, most PS3 games don't even control this well. It just feels so good to play this game. And we haven't even gotten into the battles yet.
There are 2 breakable objects. When there are multiple breakable objects, switch between the targets by pressing L1 or R1. I guess I need to get each key plate into the correct socket in order to disengage the security. I better think about the order I'll destroy the objects. I guess this console will allow me to reset, even if I mess up.
So, the puzzles at the beginning are really just to get you used to the controls. They're not brain teasers like they were in 2. And thank goodness, because the puzzles in 2 were too hard, and I'm very stupid.
Alright, let's keep going.
It's just so pretty. This is one of the best looking PS2 games I have ever played. I did a lot of work trying to get this to look right on PCSX2, and it doesn't look completely accurate, especially during some of the cutscenes. But I have tried my best. I'll be splicing certain cutscenes together because some of them require different settings. Hold on.
This is a segment address. I guess they exist even here. But I can't open this without the decoder associated with it. Oh well.
Might as well get it in our segment file, though. But... what was I saying? So yeah, I need to record a lot of these cutscenes out of order because there's some stuff they did, like, putting bloom around the character models to make the characters look extra pretty, and it shows when it's upscaling, and I don't want it to, so we have to disable something, but disabling something causes another problem, and blah blah blah. So I'll be splicing cutscenes together and doing different settings, so hopefully you will not notice, but I put a lot of work into getting this game to run well on the emulator, because it's the only way to get it in HD and widescreen, because we do not have an HD collection yet. Because they said, oh, well, we did a test to see if it would sell, and we don't think it would sell, so, I don't know. And honestly, I think that today people are, like, craving linear character and story-driven games, so I think if they re-release Xenosaga, which they will, I truly believe they will, just maybe not anytime soon, then it will sell very well, and, or at least decently, and please let this happen. I need more people to know about this amazing series. It's so great. Please re-release Xenosaga. Most people cannot play it on this emulator. Because it's complicated to run. And also, most people don't even have a computer that could run it. But I do, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. And I hope you enjoy. This game is very important to me. I'm very excited. I know I love the last two games, and I love this one even more. This brings everything that I loved about the previous games into one. The story of 2 with the everything else that was good about 1.
So this is the last security checkpoint for Sector 1. According to Miyuki, this security is disengaged by color input.
Green! It's different every time. Green, yellow, white, red. Green, yellow, white, red. And just another puzzle that's not really a puzzle, it's just made to get you used to the controls.
Alright, let's go to the next sector.
Oh, and I can change Shion's... I can put this on, but I think I will do it in the next dungeon, which doesn't happen for a while because there's tons of cutscenes that they need to get through. And I would say that the cutscenes, they still aren't as many cutscenes are in this game, it's still not as much as Episode 1, which is a good thing. The cutscenes are very good, but it was a little much in Episode 1. So yeah, I'm not gonna wear that right now because this is the only time in the game where we get to wear this hacker outfit thing.
So this is Sector 2. They've got guard systems set up from here on.
Oh, it's such a good looking game. I hope you can tell how smooth this plays. Like when I first played this like 10 years ago on my PS2, I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, what? This does not feel like a PS2 game.
There's a guard system. Well, no time for being a coward. I'd better get in contact and destroy it before it notices me.
It doesn't notice you right now. It's a pretty bad guard system.
Here I go!
Battle tutorial. Explanation of character turn order enemy icons. Character turn order. You can confirm the character's turn order with the icons in the upper left of the screen. Characters take turns starting from the left. Enemy icons. The enemy icons indicate the enemy type, either B, M, or G. This enables you to select the attack most effective against each type. Enemy types: B biological, M machine, G gnosis. For a more detailed explanation, please view the tutorial in the database. So, the gameplay is very simple and very fast-paced. I mean, well, only if you want it to be fast-paced. But it's really good. If you watch my other Let's Plays, you'll know that I love turn-based RPGs, because they're the only video games I'm good at. But these are, it's like the epitome of a good turn-based battle system. It does not resemble Xenogears at all as the previous games did, though. Which I think is fine. Because honestly, nothing. I don't know what I was gonna say there. This is just like elevator music right now, and it sounds beautiful. Like, wait until Yuki Kajira does her, like, her real stuff. Shion, you deal with it. Battle tutorial. Explanation of boost, text, and finish strikes. Boost. Using boost increases the character's number of turns at the cost of 1 unit of boost count. When you cause damage, the gauge in the upper right of the screen fills. When it reaches 100%, your boost count increases by 1. Using boost, holding down R1 or R2 during battles will cause the boost menu to appear at the cursor position. Pressing the button for square, triangle, or circle that corresponds to a character during this time will activate boost. Special attacks. Characters may use their special attacks by consuming boost. Attack type special attacks gain levels after multiple uses, enabling them to do more damage. Good luck leveling them up, because it takes forever to level them up. You have to use them like 1 billion times, which is why it's best to just stick to 1 or 2 characters' special attacks, but we'll get to that later. The only one here who can use special attacks is Shion. I'm talking really fast because I'm really excited. This is like my favorite game. Finish strikes. If you finish off an enemy with a special attack, a finish strike will occur, and the experience points, skill points, and credits gained will be increased by 1.5 times. So yeah, that's why I use special attacks. I don't really use boosts. I am addicted to finish strikes. I love finish strikes. Crazy about finish strikes. Miyuki and Canaan are temporary characters, in case you couldn't guess. This is the only section we get to use Canaan for. We get to use Miyuki in the next dungeon as well. But there's no point in using her, really, because she's not very good. I mean, she's adorable, of course, but... But we should, I think if you control... All characters level up regardless if they're in your party or not. Just like in 2 and... I think 3? I mean, 2 and 1. But I think they get more points if they... I don't know.
Get in my way! You'll pay for it!
Battle tutorial. Explanation of back attacks. Finally! These should have been in the first and second games. I kept playing the games and I was like, oh, why didn't I get a back attack? Oh yeah, it doesn't exist in those games. Back attacks. Coming into contact with the enemy from behind will result in a back attack. When a back attack occurs, the enemy's action is delayed by 1 turn and your critical hit rate increases. This also occurs when an enemy encounters you from behind, so be careful. And... finish strike. Does the weapon Miyuki's using look familiar? It's the aim she designed for Shion that she used in episode 1 that she mysteriously doesn't have at the beginning of 2 for some reason. But it's okay because the weapon she has, even though her original aim is really cool, it's the same type of weapon. But this is a really good reference. We can't use any attacks yet. But once we get a tech attack, it should look familiar. The song is called Fallout. I love it. Some people say that they don't like the battle theme in this game because, I don't know, I guess it's a bit underwhelming, but I don't think it's underwhelming. I really need to calm down. I think it's really pretty.
So this is Sector 3. Vector's S-line division is comprised of 5 sectors, so I guess we're at the halfway point. Let's hurry.
So I talked about before how you can feel like this. How I am splicing the cutscenes in because they need different settings. And can I just say that the theater mode is just so convenient? It's like it was made for me because the FMVs, the pre-rendered cutscenes, are in orange. The regular cutscenes or the cinematic cutscenes that aren't pre-rendered are in blue, and the portrait cutscenes are in white. So it's like super convenient. I know exactly what kind of settings I need before I even look at the video. I wouldn't have to be doing this though if they made an HD release. Please, please do. This is the type of game that everyone has been asking for, but all they're getting is, I don't know, nothing against open world games, but I definitely feel like there's a demand for them. I mean, a demand for linear story-driven games, when most games nowadays are open world.
Sometimes enemies are transferred when objects are destroyed, so I better be careful when I'm low on HP.
Hey, Persona 5 was a turn-based RPG, and that was massively successful. And it's not even, I wouldn't even describe it as open world, obviously, because it's not as linear as a game like this, but if they released Xenosaga, I bet it would be really successful if they really released it.
It'll only take 3 minutes.
I really like how you can see their HP bars. Because, like, I don't like knowing exactly how much HP my enemy has. And it also provides... It lets us see, what we need if we're about to, if they're low in HP so we can get a finish strike, it lets us see that. Lunar Blade is much faster than the first game. This game's very fast-paced battle. I don't know why, but I just love the way that looks. I love how she, like, jams it in there and, like, shock, and then yanks it out like it's stuck in there. It's so cool. And yeah, you might recognize that attack from the first game, although it does look different. I hate this place because I keep getting caught on the edges of the hexagons. Go back down. Oh, I mentioned that the voice direction was done by Wendy Lee. And you might be wondering, well, does she also voice a character in this game? She does. He has 2 lines, and I can't tell you what it is because it will spoil it. Don't go look it up. It's like from my favorite scene in the game, and it's very dramatic, and it makes me cry every time, and don't look at any spoilers if you don't know. Ba, 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 ba. Gosh, there's gonna be so much crying in this game. I apologize in advance.
Not a challenge.
When I first played this at 14, I was full on sobbing at the ending of this game. I was messed up. I was beside myself. It's a good type of crying. It's very, very cathartic. This game has a really great ending. Since they did cut the series short, it's very surprising that it manages to have such a great emotional catharsis. But, I don't know. It's gonna be good crying, don't worry. I'm not someone who like, cries, that much in general. And when, like, watching movies or anything, why did I go there? But this game is just, it means so much to me. If you watch my previous playthrough of 2, you'll know that I cried a little at the ending. Imagine that. I mean, I cried at some of the ending scenes. Not the ending scene, because honestly, I don't think it was that sad. Fuck Hellbeat. It's fun to watch, but yeah, he deserves to die. But yeah, it'll be like when I cried at the scene with Ziggy and Momo in the last scene, except like way more sobbing. I'm crying thinking about how I'm gonna be crying.
I'll have to go through Sector 4 to get to the main server room. There's no turning back. It's a guard system again. Might as well use the trap that I just got. This trap is long-range control type, so I'll need to first set it and then detonate it. I'll need to set the trap with R2 square and then press square to detonate it. I'll know how many traps I have in stock by the icons on the bottom of the screen, so that should make my battle strategy easier.
Here I go!
Traps. If you enter a battle while a trap is in effect, you will receive a boost bonus, increasing your boost count by up to 3. Initiative. If you touch an enemy while they are caught in a trap, you will have the initiative at the start of the battle. When you have the initiative, the PC's actions will have priority. For a more detailed explanation, yada yada yada. So we use a lot of traps, because traps lead to boost. Boost leads to special attacks. Special attacks leads to finish strikes. Finish strikes leads to more experience. I'm going to get a finish strike. And you can just buy traps at the store. The downside is you can only hold 10 of them at a time. So you do have to like kind of pace yourself when you're in a long dungeon, but it's really not that big a deal. And speaking of that, we can just use all our traps here because
Here I go!
we're just gonna be able to get more. Most of the AI doesn't act like this. They don't just go around in circles waiting for you to kill them.
Shion, take care of the rest!
Oh, this is his tech.
Not a challenge.
Uh-oh, this could be bad!
The art style in this game is really great too. They found a really great balance between the way too anime doll-like style of 1 and the way too realistic style of 2. It's just perfect here. I love it. I love this game. Looks like Portal in here, or Mirror's Edge. Gosh, this game is beautiful.
We made it. Now's the hard part.
No, this is the easy part.
Second Milsha main server room ahead. Access to the main server is currently restricted. All security must be disengaged in order to log in.
Why is that Miyuki's voice? Is it just the same voice actor they used, or is it that she works for Vector, so she did the thing?
Disengaging secondary security.
I mean, I guess you could easily tell, judging by if the voice is the same in Japanese, which I probably isn't. Anyway, she's got a cute voice. I forget who voices her. Sorry.
Disengaging secondary security.
It's just a JPEG really over that we're seeing in the background, but it's pretty. It works. It's extremely high quality for a PS2.
Primary security.
I saw a comment the other day that said that this is one of the few PS2 games with textures high enough quality that PCSX2 can actually take advantage of it when upscaling. Would be nice to have even better quality textures, but
Logging into the main server.
we'll have to wait for the HD collection for that.
We made it to Sector 5 main server room. I wonder how much information is processed here. But this is only the local server for Milsha Space. What exactly is the U.M.N. that's laid out throughout the star cluster? Oh, the current mission objective is to acquire the top secret data. Let's access it through that terminal.
Yeah. You know.
Miyuki, keep watch. Canaan, please start the data backup.
I'm already on it. Don't screw up, now that we've made it this far.
I know. But will this really expose Vector's crimes?
Miyuki, do you understand what this U.M.N. really is?
It's a wide area network system or something, right?
A wide area information network system with non-local connections. Its characteristics enable warp travel and light speed communication.
An exemplary answer. But do you think that's really all there is to it?
What do you mean?
A wide area network that connects our star cluster. But who built it and when? Who established the gate jump columns? For that matter, what division of Vector even handles the base theory development?
Can I have a hint?
Exactly. No one knows, because no one established it or built it. It was already there. We just use it as if we invented it.
That's nothing more than your own conjecture. I'll give you credit for your vivid imagination, but you have no proof.
He's right. Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions?
I hope so. If I'm wrong, everyone can live in peace. But we need to make sure. We need to know what they intend to accomplish with the U.M.N. What their ultimate goal is.
Huh? Shion, there's something weird.
Something? I've told you time and again to make precise reports.
Well, there's a strange fluctuation in the particle flow. It started about 300 seconds ago. Looks like a fractal pattern. I think someone or something's trying to interfere with us.
Is it a pursuit craft or the cyber surveillance system?
No. There hasn't been any physical contact from macrophages. And there's no sign that our jamming of the surveillance network has been broken. It's like someone's watching. No, studying us.
Studying us? Who? Why?
There's no way for me to tell.
How's that data coming?
Just a little more.
Hurry! It's dangerous to stay here much longer.
Shion, I think it's a little too late for that now.
It'll only take 3 minutes.
Battle tutorial explanation of break target control. Break. Beneath each character's name is their break dodge. When a character is hit by attacks, break damage accumulates. When the dodge hits 100%, that character enters the break state and is unable to act for 2 turns. Break state effects: unable to act, unable to use boost, unable to evade or defend, increased chance of being struck by critical hits. Target control. When choosing a target to attack, some enemies aim for party members with low health, putting the party in a dangerous situation. I don't really understand why the game feels the need to explain to us that the way that AI works. Enemy target patterns. Random, take action freely. HP killer, aim for characters with low HP. Break killer, aim for break status. Healer killer, aim for healer characters. Like, yes, that is how most turn-based RPGs work. In those situations, you can protect your allies by using the ether heat to control the enemy's target selection. For a more detailed explanation... So Canaan has heat. That sounds sexual. But I'm gonna use the EP on this. Oh, and you can set your cursor to memory, but for some reason in this game, I like leaving it as is. This song is I don't think this song has a name. If you look it up, it's mostly called Minor Boss Battle, but I don't think that's official. It's just the song that's used for minor boss battles. Because this is an unreleased track. This enemy's target selection must be random, because it could just aim for Canaan. And remember... we want to get a finish strike.
Good job!
Shion, we're getting out of here. Realian, you're with me.
Transfer ES!
My name's Canaan. You should remember that by now.
Sorry, didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't waste brain power on trivial things.
Huh, maybe now he knows how Junior feels when he calls him Rubido.
This is gonna be a little bumpy. Hold on tight. Wait! What? Shion?
No, don't shoot.